So, hello, welcome to today's explanatory memorandum on how Youth Impact Parliament is going to pass its bill on the 14th of December 2025. So, Youth Impact Parliament has not really passed any bill before, and that day is going to be our first time. So, this is a manual as to how you play your roles for the job to be done. Now, on that day, it is going to be a joint sitting between the Youth Impact Parliament Senate and Parliament. It means there will be two presiding officers, two clerks, two marshals, two leaders of the House, and two leaders of the opposition. Now, in the layout that we have shared for the passage of Youth Impact Parliament bills, is first the laying of the bill, then after the laying of the bill, the first reading. After the first reading, then we go into committee of the whole to deliberate on the principles of the bill. Then we go to what? The second reading. After the second reading, then we go to consideration stage. After the consideration stage, then we go to the third reading and passage. And after passage, then the bill is assented to and it becomes a bylaw. So I have with me here the bill we want to pass on that day, which is the Youth Impact Parliament Forum of Women Parliamentarians Bill 2025. So I stated that the bill has to be laid. So when we get to that item for the passage of the bill, both majority leaders, the majority leader for the Senate and the majority leader of Parliament, will say, Mr. Speaker, both of them will rise. Mr. Presiding Officers, we rise to lay the bill for the consideration of the House. That is why both of them will take a copy of the bill and will go and lay it on the clerk's table right behind the maces. And after they lay the bill, then we go to the first stage. And in entering the first stage is the presiding officer saying, Honorable members and senators, the bill is now laid for the consideration of the House. And then they will now come. Honorable members, stage 1, first reading of the bill. Then they will now say, all members in favor that the bill be now read the first time, say aye. Not in favor, say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Then they will call on any of the clerks, either the clerk for the Senate or the Parliament, to read the long title of the bill. Every bill has a long title and a short title. Okay? Look at this. This is the short title of a bill. This, the title of the bill, is the short title. But this paragraph right under the short title is a long title. And the clerks will rise. Mr. Presiding Officers, arise to read the long title of the bill. An act to establish the YIP Forum of Women Parliamentarians to provide for its objectives, governance, and procedures to regulate the appointment, function, and tenure of officers, and generally promote the gender equality and women's leadership within Youth Impact Parliament and for related matters. Then the clerk resumes her seat. Right after that, then the presiding officer will say, Honorable members, the bill is now read for the first time. Then they bang the gavel. Then we move to the second stage of the passage of the bill, which is committee of the whole and deliberations on the principles of the bill. Now, when we get to that stage, the marshals are to go and arrange their own maces. In Parliament of Ghana, the mace have two stands, and in Youth Impact Parliament, we have made provision for that stand too. We have one that stands completely upright, and then one that slants a little bit. Our slant will not be that obvious, but they will be taught how to do it. So when they go there, they will go and then make the maces slant a little bit. What is the meaning of that? To slant the mace a little bit is to relax the rules of the house. So right after they do that, then the presiding officers will say, Honour members, committee of the whole, deliberation on the principles of the bill. Now you ask, what is committee of the whole? Committee of the whole is when the entire parliament zones into committee level. So within that committee level, they can refer to Mr. Speaker as Mr. Chairman because it now turns from plenary to a committee meeting. And it can still be live streamed, it can still be recorded, but it is now committee of the house and not parliamentary sitting. So then presiding members will be referred to as Mr. Chairman and not Mr. Speaker or Mr. President. And at the committee of the whole, they are to debate the principles of the bill. What are the principles of the bill? The principles of the bill are talking about the understanding, the relevance of the bill, the reasoning for the bill, the values for the bill, the significance of the bill. These are the principles of the bill. So at this particular stage, members of the House or the Senate are not to debate the wording in the bill. They are not to debate about the wording that there is this word facilitate in it. They are to debate about the relevance of the bill. So they can come in and say, Mr. Chairman, this bill is talking about women leadership. And I think if Impact Parliament has a commendable women leadership, you can see our second deputy speaker being a female, the deputy president being a female, and we like it. Another senator can stand up and say, so Speaker, this bill is rather unnecessary. I don't think we need it. This bill should be dropped. We already have a working system. What do we need this bill for? Already we have the forum in action. Why do we need this bill? These are the debates on the principles of the bill. And after they are done, the committee of the whole plenary will be brought to an end by Mr. Speaker saying all members in favor that the plenary now resumes from the committee to normal proceedings of Parliament. All in favor say aye, not in favor say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Therefore, proceedings now resume. Then they bang the gavel. Then they will call on each of the marshals to come and rearrange their mace. That is the second stage. The third stage done. Then we go to the fourth stage, second reading. That is where they will say again, honourable members, second reading of the bill. And then they'll put the question. All members in favour that this bill be now read the second time, say aye. Aye. Not in favour, say nay. The ayes have it. After the presiding officers have put the question, then they will invite the clerk to read the long title of the bill. And then they read, Mr. Speaker, an act to establish blah, 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 and for related matters. I thank you. Then Mr. Speaker or Mr. President, both of them will bang their covers. Then we move to the fifth stage of the passage of the bill, which is the consideration stage. Another consideration stage again, the marshals have to come and rearrange the mace because they have to relax the bill. Usually at this stage, professionals are even allowed to contribute because this is where they are now coming to talk about the wording of the bill and amendments to the bill. After they relax the maces, then the presiding officers will say, Honorable members, we are now at the consideration stage, and they will take it clause by clause. At the consideration stage, the bill is worked on clause by clause. So the presiding officer will say, Honorable members, at the consideration stage of the bill, short title, any amendments? In the absence of any amendments, all members in favor that the short title remain part of the bill say aye. Not in favor say nay. The ayes have it. The short title shall remain part of the bill. Then we go. Honourable members, long title of the bill. Honourable members, in the absence of any amendments, all in favor that the long title of the bill remains part of the bill say aye. Not in favor say nay. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Therefore, the long title is ordered to stand part of the bill. Then we go on. Now we are at what? Paragraph 3. Paragraph 3 plus 1. Any amendments? In the absence of any amendments, all in favor that clause 3, paragraph 3 clause 1 stand part of the bill say aye. Not in favor say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Therefore, clause 3, paragraph 3 clause 1 is ordered to stand part of the bill. We have to do it for every single clause. We have to do that for every single clause. Now, someone will say, that is rather unnecessary. Why does Parliament need to go clause by clause in approving it? Let me tell you, that is the job of Parliament. If this thing is not done, scrutiny will be poor. That is why for every bill that has been passed by Parliament, at the consideration stage, they have gone through and adopted every clause by clause. You say that, oh, the legal departments have gone through, there is no mistake. But it will amuse you that when we get to consideration stage, a whole lot of mistakes are seen. Some of them are grammatical mistakes, some of them are the spirit of the provision that are being interrogated. So from this, when we get to paragraph 3 clause, paragraph 8 clause C, it says that the paragraph 8 is function of the leadership of the forum. Clause C is make decisions on urgent matters between regular forum meetings. A member may stand, Mr. Speaker, I don't think the forum leadership should be left to make urgent matters between regular forum. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I rise to propose that clause C be expunged, no, not expunged. Clause C be removed out of the bill. Then Mr. Speaker has to put the question, honourable members, all in favor of the amendment that paragraph 9 clause C be removed out of the bill, say aye. Not in favor, say nay. The ayes have it, the amendment carries. Therefore, paragraph 9 clause C is ordered not to stand part of the bill. And it is all through this that bills of parliament are passed with high level of scrutiny. That is why it is that stressful to pass bills. And I believe as a youth parliament, we should be ready to do this and pass bills that we are yearning for, because most of you aspire to be in Parliament of Ghana. And if you cannot do this on that day, then there is a question. you want to be like a member of parliament, this is what they do. And on that day, we have to do it. So we have to do that for all the provisions. And after we are done of the consideration stage, then the marshals are called to come and rearrange the maize. Then we now go to the third reading. Honorable members, third reading of the bill. All members in favor that the YIP Forum of Women Parliamentarians Bill be read the third time and passed. Say aye. Aye. Not in favor, say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Therefore, the YIP Forum for Women Parliamentarians Bill 2025 is read the third time and passed. Then gavel down. That is when the bill is actually passed. Then the clerk will rise and will read the short title of the bill. And then from there, if it's parliament, after it's passed, they just go and effect the corrections. But on that day, we'll have just some 5 minutes short ceremony of the bill being assented to at the clerk's table, and then proceedings continue. So that is all we are going to do on Sunday. And I want all members to be enlightened on this. Be ready for the charge. If you want to be members of parliament in the future, you have to be ready for this. On that note, I thank you very much.
Amegashie-Viglo. Yes. And the lower house, led by the Speaker of Parliament, Adam Osman. Adam Osman. Well.